Aloha, great job today. We were talking about the major and the minor harmonic progression again, just to keep talking about it. So when you are doodling and playing and working through different things, like saying, cool, C major has 7 notes. These are stable foundations. As soon as you move away from that, you start to build an unstable foundation with dissonance and suspensions. When you do more augmentations or dissonance and bring it back to a chord which might feel stable, C6 is somewhat stable, but that 6 isn't that stable in comparison to a minor 7, minor 6, or a major 7, yeah. I like this note more. Nice. So stable notes negate the stable notes. No matter if we're playing them in inversions, we're just seeing stacking of tertiary form. Major third, minor third, perfect fourth. But triads are only diatonic. 2 notes. Major third, minor third, minor third, major third, major third, minor third, minor third, major third. So the first thing I go to after writing a chord, like our example today was F to A minor, to G minor, to C. The way we had it was F down to an A inversion, second inversion. We had a G minor, and then we went to a C. All pretty cool right there. First time through, maybe an F in the bass. You did the movement of this moving down our hands in step, and then went up for the C. So the idea is you're moving in motion, parallel motion to each other. When tone writing or leading writing, you wouldn't want to have a melody that was like, the notes don't fit when you need to hear that B flat from the key of F major. So the tertiary form doesn't fit. Sometimes you need a fourth to build attention and resolution. I would suggest maybe seeing this now through the eyes of C. If we were to take the same progression in the key of C, we would have a C major to an E minor to a D minor. Then we had our chord that goes up to our 5, right? If you were to keep playing that central theme, you would still be able to move these notes forward and backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So no matter what key you're in, you see this moving. Well, a good way to take a form is the A form, which would be consistent. You could hear 1,000 songs here, right? 1, 3, 2, 5. Well, if we were to take something kind of outside of the key, take that 5 and augment it, and then use that as the triad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. G sharp, but as a diminished, leads back into A major. But we don't want to go to A major. Let's go to A minor, which is the relative minor of C major, so the whole progression is a great segue into a B section, which moves from your major and all the chords associated, changes the air to use the same key, but now as a minor, and if you layer the minor with the major, you get a gorgeous A minor 7. Do it again, you get a C major 7. The kind of concept is, if you use these together with your pentatonics, you can come up with some pretty cool melodies. When the 2 notes that you're avoiding aren't there and you do use one, sometimes you could use it as a run. You can hear how the dissonant notes can actually become very fun if you're writing it for that. The whole takeaway is if you can write a little melody in any key and have a central theme, I'm going to completely switch and go to like the key of D. One chord, two chord, one chord, seven chord, one chord. D major has a relative minor of B minor. So same right hand with the B moving up to the C sharp as the 7 but using our E minor feels like a leading tone, doesn't it? C sharp again. You can use your 7 because that's part of our C major 7, and even though that's not in the key of D, it is as our dominant 7th. As a C major opposed to a C diminished, or C sharp diminished. So you can see how just knowing relativity of a C major and what all these notes are when they change tertiary form. And then melodies are derived out of that. The true beauty, as we were talking about, is how do you have and then be able to get back from wherever you're going, even throwing something like E minor or E major, which is not in the key of D major, and then be able to have and get back to it just by doing some of the little caveats we did. There I did an F sharp diminish, which should have gone to G, and G would have gone as its relative minor to B minor, and B minor is very close to having a D major 7, right? So by using one chord and another in between as a passing tone, leading tone, lending chord, we quite literally have taken a concept which didn't sound good on its own, combine it with another, and put it together so it makes a functional idea musically. This is how I use the major minor harmonic progression. Minor harmonic progression happens when I might accidentally hear a note which isn't in the key. If I was in the key of C, I can use the B diminish here as a passing tone, right? I can build tension and stack thirds until I want to resolve. You can flawlessly flow through chords using major or minor, diminished or majors. So a good practice is sometimes just flowing through all of your chords and hear how a C major to a C minor to a D major sounds. And then a C minor to a C major to a D minor sounds. And you do functions like this with triads as dyads connected together as harmonies. And you might try it as inversions as dyads, right? And see how those feel in form. And at a certain point, I know I'm just going to run in circles here. I hope that made sense. Try to keep going with your F major, your A minor, your G minor, and then your C major, and see if you could come up with a melody line over the top of that while just hearing. Just whatever you want to do. You don't have to peck at it like me. I don't want to ruin it for you. Anyway, it's good seeing you. Have a great day.